So, good afternoon, grade 10 student. Screen lang natin. So, our topic for today is all about Boyle's Law. So, before proceed to the Boyle's Law, let's proceed to the properties that describe a gases. So, we have pressure, volume, temperature, and almost the quantity. So pressure is symbolized by the capital letter P. So volume is symbolized by capital letter V. So temperature is symbolized by capital letter T. And also quantity, it's symbolized by small letter N. So lagi natin tatandaan yung mga symbolized ng bawat isa kasi gagamitin natin to to formulate the formula of Boyle's law. So let's proceed. let's proceed the definition of pressure. So pressure is described as a force acting on a specific area. So pressure is equivalent to force and area. So the unit for pressure we had atmosphere, millimeter mercury, torr, and kilopascal. So atmosphere is equivalent. Wait lang po. So atmosphere is equivalent to ATM. So millimeter mercury is equivalent to millimeter mercury. And torr is equivalent to torr. And kilopascal is equivalent to K capital PA. So let's proceed to the conversion of pressure. So 1 atm is equivalent to 760 millimeter mercury. So 1 atmosphere is equivalent to 760 torr. And also 1 atmosphere is equivalent to 101.325 kilopascal. So let's proceed to the definition of volume. So in the three-dimensional space occupied gas. So let's proceed to the volume of solid, liquid, and gas. So pag sinabi natin ng volume ng solid is more compact or almost dikit-dikit than the liquid. So wait lang po. So balik ulit tayo. Pasensya na, may istorbo lang. So kita natin the screen, we have solid, liquid, gas. So let's define the volume each particle. So a solid, we have a fixed volume kasi nga compact particle siya. So next is a liquid, would also have a fixed volume but it would take in the same as the volume. So next naman tayo is a gas. So magtato sa gas, yung particle niya is almost far away or saan magkakahiwalay na kayang punuin yung isang container. So for unit for volume, we have millimeter is equal to ml. So liters is equal to L. So cubic meter is equivalent to cubic meter M3 M raised to 3. So cubic centimeter is equivalent to cm raised to 3. Always remember natin yung mga unit kasi magagamit natin siya for our solving. So the conversion is 1 liter is equivalent to 1,000 ml. So 1 ml is equivalent to 1 cubic centimeter. So ulitin ko po. Si 1 liter po is equivalent niya po is 1,000 ml. Tapos si 1 ml naman po is equivalent to 1 cubic centimeter. So let's proceed to the temperature. So the next property would be the temperature. So temperature is defined in elementary level as the measure of warm and cold of the body. But now, in our high school, temperature is defining by a measure of average kinetic energy of particle in an object. So, sinasabi dito, kinetic energy is related to the movement of therefore that the faster the movement of the particle in an object, the higher temperature will be. Kung mababa naman ang kanyang temperature, ibig sabihin mabagal or hindi gumagalaw yung particle sa isa pang object. So, the unit for temperature is Fahrenheit with the degree capital F. So, Celsius with the degree of capital letter C. So, Kelvin is equal to capital letter K. So, mapapansin din natin, 'di ba, sa Pilipinas is almost laging nagagamit si Celsius. Pero sa Fahrenheit naman is nagagamit siya in US or Amerika tuloy, Amerika. So, mapapansin din natin na si Kelvin ay wala ring degree, unlike sa Fahrenheit and Celsius. Now, how do we convert the temperature from Celsius to Kelvin? Kasi usually naman, given lagi yung Celsius to convert to Kelvin. So, it simplify lang po na add to 73.15. So, if you have 0 degrees Celsius, that is equivalent to 273.15 Kelvin. Pero, if you have a 100 degrees Celsius, that is equal to 373.15. So, 9 over 5 degree plus 32 is equivalent to Fahrenheit. So, 5 over 9, so Fahrenheit minus 32 is equivalent to degree Celsius. So, ito nga sinasabi ko kanina, yung magic word na 273, this is constant. For example, meron tayong 100 degree, i-add lang natin sila para makuha si Kelvin. For example, 100 degree plus 273.15 is equal to 373.15. Always remember, 273.15 is a constant. So, let's proceed to the last property is quantity. So, quantity is a measure in moles. So, and I know that in grade 9 you have already encountered this unit. And remember, 1 mole according to Avogadro's law na pag-aaralan din natin this week is 1 mole is equal to 6.022 times 10 raised to 23 unit of substance. So, depending on on what substance is. So, beware lang tayo that the quantity is not the same as mass. For example, dito is yung ballpen na bakal tsaka yung ballpen na plastic. It is the same lang sila ng quantity, pero magkaiba sila ng mass. So, let's go to the Boyle's law. So, by the way, Boyle's law, Charles' law, and also the law we will discuss in the next week. So, all of this show that relationship between the four properties na na-discuss ko kanina. Ito nga yung pressure, volume, temperature, and almost the quantity. So, Boyle's law was proposed by, of course, Robert Boyle, who lived 1627 and he died in 1691. So here it say the law state that pressure is inversely proportional to the constant temperature. Yun nga po yung meaning ni Boyle's law. So Boyle's law states that pressure is inversely proportionally to the volume at the constant temperature. So therefore, the constant temperature, when your volume increase, the pressure will be decreased. So kabaligtaran naman, kapag si pressure naman yung mataas, yung volume naman yung mababa. So, makikita nyo po dito in this graph, you can see the inversely proportionally habang umaangat si pressure, bumababa naman si volume. Tapos kapag si volume naman yung bumababa, umaangat naman si pressure. Bali, inversely proportionally lang. So, let's proceed to our formula for calculation for Boyle's law. So P1 is equivalent to initial pressure, P2 is equivalent to final pressure, so B1 is equivalent to initial volume, and B2 is a final volume. So P1 multiplied by B1 is equivalent to P2 multiplied by P2. So let's proceed to the sample problem. So a gas occupied 12.13 liters at the pressure or 40.0 millimeter mercury. What is the volume when the pressure is increased to 120 millimeter mercury? So pag sinabi natin liters, ano si liters? Sa part of volume. So meron na agad tayong initial volume. So si 40 millimeter mercury, what part? Sa part of pressure. So, meron na agad tayong initial pressure and ang final pressure. So, anong nawawala? So, yung nawawala po si final volume. So, let's proceed. Wait na. Gamit na lang tayo ng new slide. So, 12.13 is our initial volume. So, 40 millimeter mercury is our pressure, our initial pressure. So, 40 is equivalent to initial pressure. So, next is 120. Ano ba to? 120 is our final pressure. Ulit na lang natin. 120 is our final pressure. So, maging dito siya. So, our formula again is P1 multiply by B1 is equal to P2 multiply by B2. So, substitute lang siya natin. So, 12.13. Lagyan natin siya ng close parenthesis, tsaka open parenthesis para makamultiply siya. Substitute lang natin. Tapos, si B1 natin is almost, baliktad pala siya. B1 pala natin is 40. Tapos, 12.13 naman si B1 natin. Tapos, equal to, substitute natin si P2 na 120. Tapos, si P2 na, si B2 na missing. So, lagay lang din natin siya para mawala. So, 40 times 13 natin. So, calculator tayo. Dito. So, 40 times 12.13 is equivalent to 485. So, lagyan natin siya dito ng 485.82 or 85.2. So, bring down lang natin si 120 tsaka si B2. So, gawin natin para matanggal natin si B2 dito at masagutan natin yung nawawalang final volume is divide both sides by 120. 120. So, 120. So, 120. So, cancel out na natin si 120. So, 485.2 divide 120. Divide 120 natin. So, the answer is 0.4403. Ito yung final volume natin. So, ba't mababa si final volume? Kasi nga, yung ating pressure is mataas. Diba nga, sabi nga sa voice law kanina, when pressure is increased, the volume will be decreased. So, yun lamang po. So, lahat ng paalala ko during my orientation, sana mapanood ninyo. So, magtatawag ako this morning ng 3. Ay, alam ko po kasi pasok tayo, get ready. So, ito ang dinidiscuss din natin. So, pag napanood nyo na to, meron na kayong advance reading natin. So, yun lang. Maraming salamat. Ay, ito na pala. We have a groupings din for tomorrow. Get ready para sa magiging groupings natin. So, I already group you into 4. Siguro do'n na lang din siguro sa loob ng klase natin and almost, magpo-provide ako ng isang secretary mula sa inyo. That's all. Thank you.